This is Vigoro Fields at Mackay, which is the City Brothers Rugby League place. There's a couple of rugby pitches set out here and a whole series of cricket pitches. We'll just pan around. The area is almost flat. There's a white pole in there somewhere you should be able to see. That's just one of the corners of the rugby pitch. The other side of that road over there is actually the Mackay Airport, so we're looking probably south at the moment, or southeast, and we just pan around. As the drill rig comes into view, the drill rig's actually drilling over P3 at the moment. What we're finding is a reasonably stiff clay. We've been down to 10 metres where there's a bit of sand. The water table's about 2.5 metres, but the clay down to 2 to 3 metres is pretty stiff. What we've got, it's a highly reactive clay. If we just come in through here, you can see some of the cracking of the ground. These are just earth swales, which there's a whole series of them in between the rugby pitches and the cricket pitches. So obviously in times of high rainfall, this just allows the fields themselves to drain a bit better without becoming too sloshy or muddy. I'll just break the video here and I'll wander over by the cricket pitch, which is over there, because this highly reactive clay which has caused these cracks, you'll see that they actually manifest themselves in the grass, and then the groundsman obviously infills them with sand, which is more for a safety precaution where they're playing cricket and rugby. I'll just break the video and then we'll go over to some of these other cracks in the grass. Okay, I'm over by the pitch, which would be the westernmost pitch. There it is there. And the drill, when it comes into view, is still over P3. It's only a minute later than the previous bit. We just go onto the ground. This just looks like sandy top dressing, but I think there's more of a reason for it. And if we look here, there's some cracks through the ground which show how reactive. And now that crack's 15 mils wide. I'm not sure how long since it's rained here, but all the sand, there's a whole series of cracks which are in the ground, and these are just, I think, the sand's just been tried to be filled. But the whole area, which is probably 150 metres by 250, 300 metres, which is the area where the lights are going into the playing field, it's basically where it's not top dressed with sand. These cracks are, and when the cracks open up in the clay under the sand, which is only 20 to 30 mil thick, it just falls into the cracks, as you can see just as we walk through here. And basically the whole field's like this, but the sand just shows it more clearly. But anyway, that's the Mackay Rugby Fields. Thank you. Still over P3, and that's just the wet, saturated sands on the auger coming out from about 2.5 metres down to 5. It's just pretty wet and pretty messy stuff. But and she's also, what is it, dense to very dense, or just
moderately dense to dense.
It's just moderately dense to dense, so there's still some bearing and some strength in it, but it is below the water table and she is wet.